headphones on. Stop. You've been at me all day.
I'm going to ignore that. Now, your jacket is flammable.
Seriously? No, it's not.
It is flammable because it's a duvet. It is a brown duvet. It is a stool brown fitted duvet. And you were outside having a cigarette and you brought from your pocket something totally revolting.
It's a mini bin.
A mini bin. Please put it away. The eggs are one thing.
No.
This.
But it's
for the people listening, she has a PVC purse. It's a PVC purse that's full of fag ends.
So I don't. Oh, it does stink.
It's revolting. Jesus. And that's why you should be grateful to that man that wants to pump you again, because not many people will put up with that level of odour.
Well, that was the thing. Blumming, you were both saying that I stink.
I never said you stunk.
Well, you didn't. He said you said that I didn't.
No, you reminded me of old women in Tenerife that used to have a fag purse, which was a purse with a map of the island that had the 20 Berkeley menthol and the lighter in it.
And excuse me as well, between the pair of you homosexuals this morning, you've decided that I stink and I need fillers.
No,
but you didn't want it again.
No, you've misquoted. Like, the fact of the matter is, you're about to set fire to yourself. You're about to die.
I'm saving the environment by not chucking my fag butts on the ground.
You're saving the environment?
Yes.
Oh, for God's sake. I'm sure Greta will be delighted.
Well, do you know what? That's not actually the reason I do it. Is because...
It's for attention, isn't it?
No, it's so I don't get a fucking fine. Sorry.
A fine?
Yeah, because if you chuck your fag butt, these people just come out of the woodwork and fine you 75 quid for chucking your butts.
Who does? Where?
The cigarette police.
Where has that happened? And to anyone you know, and by the way, little TTs, little truth transmitters, if this has happened to you, let us know
if you've been fined for throwing your cigarette out on the ground. They do.
Who?
The community police officers or whatever.
The community. Do you realise
the environmental wardens?
The environmental wardens who do absolutely nothing.
Well, no, they fine you £75 for putting your fag on the ground. Honestly,
who's that happened to that you actually know? No one. That's the reason. It's all in the disease. A mini bin. Where do you even purchase such a revolting product?
Silky gave it to me.
Oh, Silky. Oh, for goodness sake, Silky, that bastion of hygiene. Actually, it's funny because Nacy's been away in Greece, Turkey, and brought us back fragrances.
Oh, he did.
And I remember that... Sorry. Yes, blends. And I remember Silky's lovely lady, what's her name?
No. Lady.
No, her name's No.
Lady, what?
So that's interesting. So
Nathan
a guy called Silky. Silky's lady, why aren't you focused?
Joe.
Silky, Joe.
Sorry.
Oh my God, in the name of humanity. Anyway, she said to me, you smell really nice. And I said, oh, it's John Ford tobacco and vinyl. And then she went, I went into Harvey Nichols. It was really expensive. I said, here's a tip. Why don't you buy the beard oil? It's only 40 quid and put it in your ends. And she did that and Mary Burke did that. But we got our fragrances. But we got fragrances from lovely Nacy.
We did.
But you are counteracted. See, it's ironic I have tobacco in a private blend. But I'd be as well then saving money by throwing vanilla extract in my eyes and stubbing fags out on my hair.
Interestingly, because you brought me back a knockoff Gucci Rush, which is called what? I don't know what its name. It's just
Syphilis.
knockoff Gucci Rush. But my daughter, and it does actually smell like Gucci Rush. I'm very impressed. I mean, it's like smells slightly cheaper, but not excessively so.
This is coming from a woman that's a human ashtray and you're worried about what fragrances you're wearing. Can I just say you're an ungrateful boot and I'm standing by that. Oh, but I like smelling like an ashtray. Well, we bloody don't. You're honking, hen.
So, I got your snort now. It does smell a wee bit cheaper. Anyway, but my Ailey, my daughter, she brought me back a knockoff Gucci Rush years ago, and I shit you not, the name of it was called Gucci Rash.
Goodness.
That's clever.
If there's any more of that.
Gucci Ash.
Yes, that fag binning. Oh my God.
So you don't approve of my fag binner? You're not impressed with my actions?
It's disgusting. Why do you want to be seen as Fungus the bogeyman's wife? to God. I don't get this. I understand smoking. A friend of mine, who shall remain nameless, Jane Mackay, wanted to give up stand-up comedy when the smoking ban came in. Oh, I can't cope and I need a cigarette and blah, 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 and into dental toothbrushes. And I honestly, this this desire in which to reek like an old mouldy
ashtray, I know.
What gives?
Well, because I can't smell it, so it doesn't bother me.
Right, okay. So, and does this mini bin just live in the house all the time?
It lives in my pocket, and then I empty it in a bin, and then I fill it up again. It has genuinely stopped me getting a fine.
Oh, a fine that doesn't exist. Do you know the environmental wardens? If you want to get someone fined for not picking up after the dog, you have to have 2 independent photos of the dog stooling.
Really?
Before it goes to court. So I would imagine you'd have to have 2 independent photos of the cigarette end.
You can, they can do it in a public place, but they can't do it. I don't know. Anyway.
Do you want to give up smoking?
No.
Right, okay.
Well, I do because it costs so much and because clearly I stink. But apart from that...
But that's the thing, you don't stink. It's just disgusting. Again, I'll reiterate this. It is
Nathan told me I stink.
Well, I'm rich coming from her. I mean, some of the trade she indulges in, quite frankly. But like
this container normally smells of sperm.
Oh, no, even I think that's too far. I just don't understand why you'd want to carry around an ashtray. It's revolting because you don't stink of cigarettes normally.
Thank you, Will. Yeah, backpedaling.
No, I'm not backpedaling. Listen, I wasn't the one that said you need filler because I said you're too far gone for filler. What you need is
sorry,
you need a knife.
You were kind.
Yes, exactly. All you need is a slight... What do I need? You need a mini facelift and a peel.
I'll get right onto it.
Oh, well, please do. I'm happy to do the peel. I don't know what secretions I'll put in it.
I am laughing at you. You are so rude. You are so rude to people.
I've just done an interview where...
I know you were rude from start to finish, but I find it hilarious.
And so did the interviewee.
Why don't people find it hilarious when you're absolutely vile to them?
Well, they do in a club set. I don't know. I've had enough. Do you know what I'm so done with? I cannot be bothered taking any level of responsibility for the fact that you can't see that I'm just having a muck about.
Yeah.
There's nothing I can do.
But the difference is, do people know you're having a muck about, though? That's the thing. Because obviously all our interviewees know you're having a muck about. I know you're having a muck about.
Yeah.
So why do people think you're not having a muck about?
I think because they can, and I think because they want to. And you have to remember the vast majority of people that complain about stuff have no personality. So this makes them look like that they have some sensibilities in which to be offended. It's like people going on about Ricky Gervais. You know, the fact of the matter is, and I do stand by this, you can make jokes about anything you want. However, you have to accept the consequences, wherever that comes from. And I was doing a radio panel where we were discussing that, and someone said, oh, I wouldn't do jokes about X and Y because I'm not X and Y. And I really wanted to bring in the thing that you were surprised about, you know, you can't say that people look gay, if you see what I mean, because I think you can, because that's just stating a fact. That's like I said to you in the car. Someone could say, oh, that Bruce Devlin, he's a big poof. That's not illegal. But if they say that Bruce Devlin, he's a big poof, I have a Stanley knife, go up and stab him. Yeah, that's a difference. I think I'd phone the fag police.
Yes. And I would come straight to your rescue.
Absolutely, I'd say, put that blade in a mini bin. But I think, I don't know why people don't know, because, I mean, we sat there and I royally, you know.
Roasted him.
Yeah, and I think he was glad of it.
Yes.
They were glad of it. Zebra.
But I think especially people who are as successful as that, and I think a lot of successful people like it when people don't crawl up their arse and be all kind of like, oh my God, it's so amazing to see you, blah, blah, blah.
What was really interesting was I was on with someone at the weekend who, like me, does a fair bit of TV warm-up. And they happened to be friendly with the person that they were doing the TV warm-up with, and the cars were called at the end of the night. And the person that it was their show had said to warm up, you come with me. He was sprung on. Like Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible. No. They can't come with you. You have to get in the car on your... And he's like, that's my mate, I want it. And it is the people behind the people.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, everyone keeks, it smells, get a grip. And that's why I always say I'm having a bit of a hoo-ha with an A-lister at the moment. And I'm like, bitch, Lorraine Kelly was no hassle. So why are you being difficult? Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And it is just that thing. It's just being normal. But TV's the worst. TV is the worst, because I remember being on a show with Mel Gidroych, and it was her fault. She walked into the camera and I said, "You stupid bitch." And she laughed and she went, "It is my fault." And they were like, "Oh, we'll have to have a break. We'll have to do it." And I said, "You can't have a break. I've got stuff to do after this. This is boring." She gets walked for a bowl of soup. What more do you want? Like, stop it. I'll Febreze her blouse. And it's just, oh my goodness. You know, some famous people can walk into cameras.
Yes.
It's not the end of the world.
And some famous people can be told that they're stupid bitches.
Well, there's that. And also some people who are kind of straddling civilian life to fame will stop carrying ashtrays around with them because it's fucking disgusting. Bye.
I don't know who you're talking about. Love you. Bye.
Bye, toodles.
Be Honest is live at the Edinburgh Fringe this August between the 5th and the 28th, except the 15th. Full lineup and tickets are available at www.behonestpod.live.
Be Honest is a non-smoking show.